Do you know who is a great performer? One of truly the greatest performers of our age. I was reminded of this a couple of days ago. You know the man, President Covfefe, Donald Trump. He gets up there, he's giving a speech about some completely unrelated topic, and he brings up Joe Biden's falling off a bicycle in the most charming, hilarious way possible.
One of the greatest travesties of all is to see a person in the White House who, even after years of political experience, has absolutely no clue how to be the President of the United States. And I hope he has recovered because, as you know, he fell off his bicycle today. No, I'm serious. I hope he's okay. Fell off a bicycle. I make this pledge to you today. I will never, ever ride a bicycle.
I love the way he turns it there at the end. Like he's doing a comedy routine. Like he's lighting up a cigarette next to his stool. He goes, you guys hear about this? You guys hear about the president falls off a bicycle? Yeah, no, he did. He fell off a bicycle. And then you're waiting for him. If he were just an ordinary politician, he would do one of two things. He would concern troll, and he would get very somber and serious and say, no, but really, I am wishing him, he's a good family man. He's a good, especially the Bidens, quite a family. A good family man. We hope for his recovery. He would do that, or he would get really angry and self-righteous and indignant and make some political attack on him. But Trump has this show business touch. So he lures you in. He says, yeah, he fell off a bicycle. You saw that? No, he did. I hope he's okay. And then he turns it and makes a self-effacing joke. He's not even boasting. He's not bragging. He's not blowing himself up. He's making a joke about himself. He goes, I'm never going to ride a bicycle. You look at me. Do I look like the kind of guy who's going to ride a bicycle? This is something people never got about Trump. All they would see is the bragging and the boastfulness and the gold and everything, and they think that the guy's a total egomaniac and a narcissist. That's not quite true. Yes, he puts his names on the buildings. Yes, he refers to himself in the third person. But he does have a self-awareness. He would frequently make jokes at his own expense. One time he was asked about if he would have a beer, and Donald Trump doesn't drink. And he said, no, I'm not. I think I might be the only president who can say he's never had a beer. It's probably the only good thing you can say about me. He's making a joke that he's got these sorts of other vices, but he doesn't drink. Look at me. He was asked once, are you going to get a pet in the White House? Are you going to get a dog? And he said, no, they're all telling me I need to get a dog to be more likable, and that's just what the presidents do. I don't know. I don't think it's me. I don't think it's really me. And it's not. It was not really him. And no, you can't picture Donald Trump riding a bicycle. These little moments do give me some pause for 2024. Right now, Ron DeSantis is getting a ton of play. People are talking about him as the potential nominee. The guy's amazing. I don't have a negative thing in the world to say about Ron DeSantis. He's the greatest governor in the country. He might be the greatest governor of a state that I have seen in my lifetime. He's doing a great job. So there's no wonder that he's getting a lot of presidential talk. Some other people are getting presidential talk too. Pompeo is getting some. Senator Cruz is getting some. Nikki Haley was getting some. I don't know that she totally is anymore. There are other people who are out there as potential nominees. You can tell there are a lot of other governors and a lot of other senators who are trying to run for that as well. My hesitation on just saying, okay, Trump's old news, let's move on, is just while all of us who are paying a lot of close attention to politics, while all of us might love this governor or that senator or this former cabinet official, and we're really tuned in, we say, well, here are all the reasons why so-and-so would be a much better president than Trump. While we're doing that, are we in our own little bubble here? Do those other candidates, do they have the ability to reach as many people who maybe aren't totally tuned into politics, who maybe don't follow all the latest trends on Twitter or whatever? Can they reach people as effectively as Trump? I don't know. This is a totally open question right now, and Trump does come with a lot of baggage, and I'm not convinced that whether because of his own faults or because of the system that is completely rigged against him, I'm not sure that Donald Trump will be allowed to be president again. I'm not sure. It's a totally open question, but it is something seriously to consider. Trump has gifts that are not so easily quantified as some other politicians. He's got aspects to him that are just sort of ineffable, that are just, you don't factor them in as much. But a little joke like that, the ability to rile up a gigantic crowd, the star power that the guy comes with is valuable. Now, all of that said, DeSantis is not only beginning to challenge Trump, in some places he's beginning to pull ahead. Up in New Hampshire, Ron DeSantis is now beating Trump in a presidential poll. There's a University of New Hampshire Granite State poll released on Wednesday. DeSantis gets 39%, Trump gets 37%. And then Pence 9%, and Nikki Haley 6%. So Pence and Haley are very, very far behind. But DeSantis is leading Trump by 2 points. Then they did a general election poll, again in New Hampshire. DeSantis versus Biden, the poll says DeSantis wins by 1 point, 47-46. Trump versus Biden, the poll says that Trump loses by 7 points. Biden 50, Trump 43. So what does this tell you? It tells you DeSantis is in a really, really good position. It tells you DeSantis is doing all the right things. And it tells you that if Trump does want to do this again, if he's really serious about running again, and he's not just using this as a promise or threat to maintain his influence in the GOP, he's going to have to start getting aggressive relatively quickly. He's going to have to start positioning himself as the guy. Right now, Ron DeSantis has relatively low name recognition. That seems strange to you and I, because if you're listening to this show, you of course know who all the players are. You know all the potential 2024 nominees, you know the governors, you know the senators, but a lot of people don't. And a lot of people know Trump. Trump's been a celebrity for 40 years. Well, that's not going to be true forever. The more DeSantis or whoever, don't forget, these people can peak very early too, and then new candidates come up. No one would have predicted Trump in 2015, 2016, but right now DeSantis is the guy. So the more DeSantis shows of himself, the more likable he's going to be, the more name recognition he's going to get, the firmer he's going to be in those polls. And the craziest part of Ron DeSantis' rise is he almost wasn't governor. This is something else that we forget about. And frankly, actually, Trump was important in helping Ron DeSantis get over the finish line in Florida. DeSantis only won by 33,000 votes. It was DeSantis versus Andrew Gillum. It was DeSantis versus a guy who shortly after the election was found in a hotel passed out with narcotics around him and a gay hooker passed out on the floor. Okay? That guy was almost the governor of Florida. Ron DeSantis squeaks by with 33,000 votes. He could potentially be the next Republican presidential nominee. He could potentially be the next president. Shows you how important those little votes can be. I'm glad you liked that clip. Now you know what you got to do. Hold up, wait, no, don't move on to the next video. You've got to subscribe, ring that bell, ding, dong, like. Let's do it. We're coming up on 1 million subscribers, everybody, by the way. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't yet, do it. Send it to your friends. We'll see you next time.